do have to record this mic, so we will, because we are on the internet. So we'll let Coach open it up with a few remarks. And
I first want to confirm the fact that we have interviewed Gary Crowton for the offensive coordinator's job. I know that was speculation that was not confirmed. It's now confirmed. I can tell you that I met Gary several years ago, and I was in the NFL, and I had studied his offense when he was with the Chicago Bears, and knew of the success that he had at La Tech, and watched his BYU teams. And he moved the football at every level. He showed an inventive style. He used his players, the players that he had, and the personnel to his advantage. And I certainly thought that was, as well as the ability to throw the football, a key to this hire. His background in this state, knowing the high school coaches and having a great reputation in the state, would be invaluable. But more than anything, when you look to hire and add to a staff, you're looking for integrity. You're looking for a quality person of value. And I'm very pleased that my first choice at offensive coordinator is now joining the staff, Gary Crowton.
It's a pleasure for me to be here, and I'm very excited about LSU and working with Coach Miles, the staff here, and then be back here in the great state of Louisiana and at the university, and that's just done so well here that I knew when I was at Louisiana Tech, and I'm just excited about the players and the coaches and everything. And I left a great program at Oregon. I want to thank them, and Coach Bellotti was outstanding, and the people were really good to me. But my family and I are really looking forward to having a lot of good things happen here at LSU. And again, I want to thank Coach Miles for giving me this opportunity. I would be glad to answer any questions at this time. Yes.
Obviously, you and Jim will have different defensive schematics. How's the base of the LSU football teams offensively? How are they going to look?
Well, I think what will happen is the offensive staff will get together with Coach Miles, and we'll sit down and we'll look at the things that Jimbo did. He did some outstanding things here, and we'll look at the things that he did. We'll look at the things that I've done in the past, that Coach Miles has done, and all the offensive staff. We'll kind of melt together what we think will be the best opportunity for us to score points and win football games with the talent that we do have here. So that's kind of how we're going to do it. We're not going to just come in and just have take one offense that we've all seen, whether it be Jimbo's or whether it be the Oregon's or the BYU's or Oklahoma State for that matter. What we're going to do is just meld them all together based on what our personnel is here and what we need to do in this conference to win. Yes.
Coach, could you just talk about maybe some of the talent you inherit, and given the fact that there is some turnover at some of the positions, I know you're probably not familiar with a lot of the personnel, but turnover at the quarterback position, some of your key receivers are leaving and the running backs are developing. What an advantage, I guess, that is for a new coach coming in.
Well, I'm very excited about the talent here at LSU. I'm excited about the possibility of great talent coming in this recruiting class too. I know locally there's some outstanding players. I've coached some great players from Louisiana when I was at Louisiana Tech, and I'm excited about a few guys in particular that that we're working on here. Obviously, can't say what their names are or anything, but I'm excited about those guys. As far as the veterans that are coming back, I know we're losing some very good players, a couple of receivers that will probably first-day guys. The quarterback, obviously, that everybody knows about throughout the country, is an outstanding person and quarterback and leader in Russell. And I think that it gives the opportunity for new guys to step up, and we can see them on the roster, but right now, after talking to Coach Miles and the staff, we want to make sure we think team first, and we want this team to develop the way it did in the past, as a team that's not selfish and a team that can win the tough games. And then we want to push for our goals. So as far as individuals, I'm excited about all those guys, but I'm not really going to talk about any specific individual at this time because we want to think team first. But be honest with you, I am very excited about them, and especially about the new class that's coming in at the same time I am.
Yes, Coach, would you describe your offense, the philosophy, and what you try to do?
Well, the thing that you want to do from an offensive standpoint is you want to score points. It's not always about the numbers. The numbers are ways to judge things, but scoring points is the key for an offensive coach. That's my responsibility. The other coaches worry about the defense, special teams, and whatnot, but that's the number one thing, is scoring points. Taking care of the football is important, and using the talent that's at hand. Sometimes there's so much talent that you can't get the ball to everybody, and it seems like if you didn't get the ball to the right guy that day, it causes problems. But what we want to do is figure out who the right guys are, get the ball to him based on the defenses that we face, and we can do it in a lot of different ways. Play action pass, we can run it. At Oregon, we were the Pac-10 leaders in the rushing game. I've been at the top in the passing game many times through my career. Just whatever it takes to win, and that's kind of what we're thinking about. And again, scoring points is the number one objective. Well, winning is the number one objective. Scoring points to win is my number one objective from the offensive side of it.
Gary, obviously your resume shows you've been from one side of the country to the other, basically. But you're a Western guy, and you were at a school out west. Was there any feeling? Did you have any feeling that you would probably stay out there, or would you only come back to this part of the country for a certain opportunity?
Well, I was very happy at the University of Oregon. Coach, like I mentioned earlier, Coach Bellotti was good to me, and the people there, and it was a very good program. They got a very good team coming back. But this is one of the few jobs in the country that I would have left there to come work at, and also Coach Miles is one of the few coaches that I would do the same thing for, and I've got a great respect for him. I know he's a hard-working, outstanding coach, good family man, and a great person. So that right there was something that really intrigued me, along with LSU, which my familiarity with this state and being out here and having success when I was here is what brought me back here.
Maybe it's wrong, but around here, and the impression is that on the West Coast, you guys love to sling it all over the field. But I noticed that Oregon led the Pac-10 in rushing last year. Was there any thinking on either of your part that, given Jamarcus's departure, you need to have a more run-oriented offense, and were you looking for someone who could run the ball because next year you're going to be developing a new quarterback?
Well, with Matt coming back, he played well the year before in the bowl game, and he has some talent there, and so we think he'll be very capable of throwing that ball to the receivers that are here. But again, with the running game, just balance is what's important. If you keep the defenses off balance, and we have balance both run and pass, using screens, play action, get guys open in space, just those kind of things. I think that you can find ways to move the ball and score in a variety of different ways, and that's what we want to do, is use our talent who can score for us, whatever way that we can possibly get the ball to them to do so. I mean, in my career, I've had the Fred Biletnikoff winner and Troy Edwards when I was at La Tech, and I've had the Doak Walker Award winner at BYU and Luke Staley. So, again, just using the right talent to do whatever we can to get that ball in the end zone is what we're going to do.
Coach, everyone's made a big deal, particularly since Florida won the championship, about the speed of the SEC defenses. Now, your time as a coach, you were at Oregon, it's the Pac-10 conference. Can you talk about the adjustment, or is there going to be adjustment you have to make to the type of defenses you're now going to face in the SEC?
Well, the fastest team probably in the conference I just came from was Southern Cal, who did well against just about everybody in the last few years. But I saw the speed there. I see that we have speed here, and I saw you that the teams that we face have speed. So what we'll do is we'll just look through our own practice, through our spring ball, fall camp. We'll able to assess and judge what we can and can't do based on the defensive speed, and make our adjustments accordingly. I tell you, it's good to be here. It's good to be a Tiger. I was a Tiger in high school. That was my mascot in high school. It's just nice to be here, and Louisiana has such a deep flavor to it. I can't explain it. I notice it as soon as I get off the plane, and the people here have just always been so friendly, and I got a big family, so it's really exciting for me to be here.
Coach, offensive coordinators obviously play a big role in a team. Talk about any guys from Oregon maybe coming here to LSU? Any guys that maybe you recruited at Oregon, former players or recruits, maybe coming here to play for the Tigers?
When I left, I promised Coach Bellotti I would not recruit anybody from that was on my recruiting board, and also the players from Oregon. He was good to me, and I want to leave on a good note, and I wish them the best. So I think there's great players out here in this part of the country, and just down the street, I know there's some great players. So it's exciting, and I want to just get a fresh start with that area, and looking forward to creating new relationships with the players here, and the players we'll come in contact with.
Gary, have y'all talked about where you will recruit, or is it at this late stage just recruiting certain players? And are you bringing all 7 kids? Are they all coming with you? Yeah, you might have one in college now, I guess.
Well, I have 2 of them. 2 of them are freshmen in college. One of them is a video coordinator at Snow College, and doing well there. Had a B average. I was happy with that. And I got a daughter that's doing well out there, going to college also. So those 2 will probably continue to do that. And then the 5 that are in the house will all come here, and we'll try and get them in school and get started in the community as quickly as we can sell the home. And they probably will finish up their semester that they're in, and hopefully we'll get them up here as quickly as possible, maybe in February. And recruiting right now, I'm sure we'll finish out the way it is, and then Coach, after recruiting is over, will probably assess that situation and assign me an area, and wherever he puts me, I'd be happy to go.
I was just curious. My earlier question, you went right to Matt. Has the coaching staff, I guess, made a decision then on who the starter is going to be at quarterback?
Well, he's the only one I'm familiar with that I've seen because of the bowl game last year, and that's just from my experience of watching the game, from basically as a fan of LSU's while I was at another university. So I got to see him last year in the bowl game. I thought he played pretty well. I know they have Ryan's outstanding also, and I know we're recruiting some very good players. It's names we can't say, but make me very excited about it.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Congratulations as well.
Thank you, and thanks for being here.